everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a great week. Well, this week I've been collecting resources and buying supplies to add to this box that I call the Kids Activity Kit. I've actually had this box going for several years. That when we had that worldwide lockdown in 2020, we had less than 24 hours here in New Zealand to go into lockdown. And a lot of people, including us, were making sure we had enough food and toilet paper and all of the food type essentials, household essentials, that I was so grateful that I had this box already, because our son in particular was 2 years younger than what he is now, so he needed a lot of assistance and entertainment to keep him going during the day. We were working full-time just like we are right now, and so it was really busy, but I was so grateful that I already had a box of resources with stuff like stickers and puzzles and paints and all of that I could just reach out and pull out. Since then, I've been topping it up, and we've sort of kind of have a few sets of things that I always get to keep our kids occupied. And it's not a lot, because I sort of like spread it out during the year and I keep topping it up. It's not just helpful for like COVID type situations, but when you go on holiday or it's term break, or even when you have other kids at home and they're kind of bored and they don't like the stuff that your kids have already in their room, it's quite nice to reach out into this box and pull out a fun little arts and crafts or a resource that they will enjoy and keep themselves occupied for 30 minutes. Alright, but before we get into this video, I just want to welcome anyone who's watching this video for the first time. I hope you enjoy my content. Don't forget to give this video a like, click that subscribe button and turn your notifications on, and when you're free, check out my other videos as well. I post a brand new video every single Wednesday. Get into the details of this activities kit, there are 5 things to keep in mind. The first thing is that the stuff that I'm showing is suitable for my kids. So as you're watching and listening to me show stuff and things, think about the stuff that your kids like, and then come up with a list of stores that you can physically go to or where you can do some online shopping at. Alright, so that's the first thing. The second thing is, as you shop, make sure you always get a good deal. All the stuff that I buy is not at full price. I try to get a good deal of all of the stuff that I always get. Number 3, don't show your kids when they arrive. I go shopping for the contents. I'm always alone. The reason is because I want the stuff to be exciting when I show it to them. So that's number 3. Number 4, the activities in the box need to be easy to do so that they are occupied by themselves without interrupting you while you're working or if you're doing some household chores. And finally, and the most important one, is that make sure the activities don't create a huge mess in your house that you have to spend a lot of time cleaning up. So whether it's paint or slime or play sand or whatever it is, the stuff that sticks to the carpet, especially if you live in a carpet at home, think of all of that and get the right things that'll suit your kids. Alright, let's get started. So there's a mix of fun stuff and educationally fun stuff. So let's start with a little bit of the fun stuff. The first thing is this jigsaw puzzle. We actually got it last year, before or right after the big lockdown. It's a 300-piece puzzle that took our kids a few days to do, but it turned out to be a family activity. We just put it on the coffee table and we all did it together. So this is something to look into. There's so many different types of puzzle sets online or in the stores, and so you can look at the different price range and also look at the kind of stuff that will suit your kids' age group. So this one is the world puzzle. So it's really, as you can see, really bright and colorful, and our kids were really engaged with it the whole time. So that's number 1. Along with that, I don't know if you can see, but there's actually 2 boxes in the back of me on that shelf, which has got different games, kid-friendly, family-oriented games. And so I just taken a couple of it from that box to show you that it's a good idea to always stock up on such games. It doesn't mean that you have to play it every day or over the weekend, but on a rainy day, when you're going away for the weekend and you need some games or whatever, or if the kids aren't well and you want to occupy them, this is really handy. So this one actually, our older child was really keen on because she played it at after school. It's called autocorrect and she's almost 10 years old. So if you've got preteens, that age, it's really good. And I think you can play the 2 or more players, so it's a good family game. Our son can't actually play it because he's just turned 5. The other one is charades for kids. This obviously is a fun-filled, easy to do charades, and any child, I think any preschoolers can do it as well. So it's 3 or more players ages 4 and up. So having stuff like this is really handy. Alright, so that's one bit. The next one is having stickers. You know, if you've got preschoolers, this is a great thing to have. You can go to a dollar store, you can buy them online. They're really easy to find these days and don't cost a lot of money. So having a pile of stickers of different themes is always very helpful. Moving along here, I've just pulled out a couple of books from my daughter's shelf. A great thing to always invest in is storybooks. Like in this particular one is a series. I grew up reading The Babysitter's Club. I know a lot of people out there would have, and now it's a Netflix show and they brought it back and reprinted books as well. So our daughter is really into it at the moment. If your kids are not into reading and you don't want to invest into buying books, having a library subscription is always a good idea, and will be handy if you are homebound. Alright, so this is one good idea to have. Of course, my son has got books that is suitable for his age group as well. Another thing that I like having in this box are journals or notebooks. This one is from Smiggle. It's got a little cute lock and key, very suitable for our daughter's age. I like having this because when we have lockdowns or when we're stuck at home or even during the holidays, it's something nice to just sort of give it to our kids and they can, you know, journal or write about their holiday, or, you know, just scribble or do whatever they want. So this is quite nice to have in the box as well. Another thing for the same age group, and also for adults actually, things like this word search collection or puzzle books or whatever. There are about 400 actually in here, so this will keep her occupied for a really long time, and these are really great even for adults as well. So something that you and your child could do. So you can find this online or in your store. Keeping up with the educational theme, I've got even these as well for those who live in New Zealand. I got this from the warehouse. This is like a math one. These are 2 math books actually. You can also find English ones as well. I'm not sure if they have science ones. And they've got different age groups. So I've got this one for A7 plus, and this is 9+ years. And so these are quite nice to have. We had the English ones before in the first lockdown, and you know, she used them and it was quite helpful as well. It's learning +1. So those are quite nice to have. As you can see here, I have a little caddy with coloring pens. This is actually our son's. Our daughter has got a different one on her desk in her room. Now this is what I go to every couple of months, and I make sure, you know, there's ink in it and it's not dried up and all of that. So he likes to color a lot. And so I just got one of these caddies. You can get this from a store like Kmart or Warehouse, or you can find it on Amazon as well. And then I just put in different options of felt pens, and in the back here he has just chucked in crayons, coloring pencils, and even some fun stamps, which you can get in the dollar store on any arts and crafts section in the store. So having this is really helpful because it's not too heavy. It's really cute seeing him just kind of like carry this around in the house, and he'll just sit down even first thing in the morning and do some coloring in. Making sure you have a really good stationery kit is really helpful in your home, not just for the kids, but also sometimes for adults who enjoy coloring. Having a kit like this is really helpful. Also having coloring books in your activities kit is a really good idea. I have different types of one. I just pulled one for this example, so make sure you look around and buy different options. So in our kit we'll have like mostly superhero ones. We used to have princess one when our daughter was younger, and I have a lot of fruit and vegetable ones which I've given to other preschoolers. So it's a good idea to have different types of coloring books and the themes that your kids enjoy. The other thing that I like having, and I have for our kids, are these drawing journals. Let me open a blank page. So it's just unruled pages. They're blank sheets like this. So instead of giving, you know, A4 size blank sheets of paper that you use for your personal printing, get a book like this and you can get tons and tons of pages. I won't even show how many. Oh, there's 192 pages in this little one. And then this is a great opportunity for them to scribble into, write, color, put stickers on, and it's all in one place than having several pages. So consider, you know, buying one of these and chucking into your little kit. You don't have to get it in this size. You can get it in A4 or even A5. Another thing that I love having are these scratch kits. So I've got 2 different options here. So it's pretty much like a little black paper, I guess, or a chart, and then you use the wooden stick on it and you scratch it out, and then you can get different designs. So this one is just plain A5 pieces of paper. I think it's A5. Is it A5? A4 pieces of paper in here. And then this one is actually a fairy tale themed scratch art sheet. So I think there's about 4 sheets on the inside. So this is something that I would give to my son who's 5. This is something that I would give it to our daughter who's going to be 10. So just getting something like this. I didn't spend a whole lot of money again. I think this was just $4, and I think this was around $3.50 or $4 as well. So not a lot of money spent. I was mentioning about easy to do arts and crafts. Every time I'm in the stationery aisle, the arts and crafts aisle in any store, I go and look out for the easy to do range. So for example, this one is a foam doll set. So I'll just show the back of it. So it's pretty much, you get these characters and then you use the different sheets to make up the people. And I've bought this probably 3 or 4 times already, and our son loves it because he just sits there at the kitchen counter and he's just lost because he's trying to make all these people. And this other one, again, is suitable for a preschooler or like my son who's starting school just now. This is like a dinosaur cutout shape one, so I think you can color it in, which is fun because he loves coloring, so something like that. And then something like this, again, it's for 3+. It's got 22 things, so it's got 10 masks, 10 elastics. So you can make 10 masks out of it in 5 designs. And again, if you've got a couple of children, this is an activity that they can do together. So find easy to do arts and crafts to add to the box. I also need to mention about this particular paper roll. If you had seen my Christmas video, you would have actually seen this table covered in a paper roll. I like having this because when we are stuck at home, whether it's COVID or not, I like to actually cover this table at times with paper. And then I'll put out, stamps and stickers and felt and crayons. I don't put out paint. I put out glue sometimes with fun papers that they can cut and then stick on, but they will be lost for at least an hour. And the bigger the surface, obviously it's a lot more fun, and you can also jump in as parents and do fun stuff with your kids. So I like having these. You can find paper rolls in the arts and crafts aisle or the stationery aisle in most stores. It's really easy to find. The other thing I want to talk to you about having in this kit is Play-Doh. Play-Doh is really easy to buy and really cheap as well, and I think it's about 99 cents here in New Zealand. It might be cheaper where you are, but I noticed that store-bought Play-Doh, it goes hard really quickly, especially if the kids leave it open. And the second thing is it's full of toxins and chemicals. So for the last several years, the first time I made Play-Doh was for our daughter's first birthday, and I noticed how easy it is. I use a stovetop recipe, and if you just Google it, you'll see it's about 3 or 4 ingredients, and you've got some really nice, safe, chemical-free Play-Doh that you can give your kids. So if you can see this one, I've actually made it a few months ago, and look at that, it's still fine. And the reason is because obviously I store it in this container and it's well sealed, but I add essential oils to the Play-Doh. So this one's got lavender, and it's so calming. When the kids are rolling it out and playing, it's really calming. Our son loves playing with it, so I usually put it out on our kitchen counter the night before sometimes. I just leave it in the box, and he knows what this box is, so he'll be really excited. And he'll bring out his dinosaurs and his toy cars and make tracks and all of that, and he'll play. One thing that I bought was all of these little plastic things, which is a Play-Doh kit, and you can see they've got shapes and stuff like that. If it's hard to find them, there you are. You can just use cookie cutters, you can just use regular spoons and forks and knives, and the kids will just love it. So highly recommend making some Play-Doh if you are stuck at home with your kids, or even just having it made, and they can use it after coming from school or preschool. It's such a great activity to do with your kids, and they will be occupied by themselves. Another thing to have, again, this of course is based on your children's age, but we picked this up to give to our daughter because she's into slime and putty and what is this called, fluffy sand. So this is for ages 6+. This is from the Smiggle store. So we just got this for her, and then I'll just leave it in the box. and you don't have to give it all together, you can just give one. So get a kit which is like 4 in 1 or 6 in 1 or whatever, and then you can just give it to your kids. So I think I've covered almost everything. Also this one right here, I don't know if you can see it, but is our Lego box. I know it will not fit into our, another great investment. If you're looking at toys and things, buy some Lego. It might look pricey at the start, but just look out for deals. Buy a box of it, and then I just used a container like this. It's got a divider container, and I got this from the warehouse, the container from the warehouse, and I just put it in it. And now that it's summertime, it's all mixed up, but I usually divide it up in the colors. But having Lego like this is something really entertaining, and even the adults can get into it, and you will love it. So I really hope you got some ideas and some inspiration to get started on your kids' activity kit. Let me know in the comments below of things that you think I should include as well, so we can all put our heads together and come up with some great activities that we can put into this box. I would love to get your feedback as well. If you enjoyed this video, do let me know in the comment section below. I think I should wrap up this video and then put all the stuff away before the kids come and see it. So I look forward to seeing you with a brand new video. Thank you so much for watching my video and hanging out with me for all this time. Have a great rest of your week.